When I was 12 years old, my father regarded me old enough and wise enough to help in the illegal work he did. And he was the connection between the radio and the groups. And so he went the message, if it was important, in code. He wrote on a paper and he had me to bring it somewhere where it should be. So I shouldn't show the paper, so I put them under my skirt. But I was walking one evening with the dog, and then there was a very fat German, and he was riding a bike, and it was fun to see him on the bike, and he was going to left and to right. He couldn't ride, or he was drunk, I don't know. They were often drunk. And the dog went after him and bit full in these buttocks. So I called the dog immediately, and he was very obedient. It came back, and the German took his pistol from his back, and he started shooting at us. And then the bullets go on the pavement, and they didn't hit us. But well, I was in panic. I didn't deliver the papers anymore. I went home with the dog safely, but I was shocked. It was the first time I was shot at. On the 4th of May, that was the day before the peace was signed in Wageningen, my father heard on the radio that it should happen next morning. And so I got a message, all the addresses I had to bring the message for tomorrow morning it's all over. My father always said, when Hitler has come to an end, and there will be an end, then I have some cognac, the French brandy. I have that in my cellar, and everyone is invited to come and drink. And so I had to invite everyone I met. We had 3 German officers in our house since June 1940, and they occupied the attic, 3 rooms there. My father called them and said, well, your war is over too, you will be happy, so drink with us. But they didn't mix into the other people, they kept aside. And next morning they were gone, never heard them. From the 5th to the 7th, we were crazy, dancing in the streets. You don't know how to express your happiness. All doors were open. You were welcome in every house where when you passed, you could go in. And everyone congratulated, and everyone was pure crazy. Dancing in streets, they had the music gramophones, you know, you have to wind yourself and then the sound goes down, you have to wind again fast. And there we had some music and we were dancing, and well, wonderful, wonderful. The 7th of May, I went to the main meeting. There were speeches, there was music, singing. Of course, we could sing our national anthem. So happiness everywhere. And in the midst of all this, there was a shooting from the roof of a main building. It was just opposite of the Bijenkorf. There was a shooting, and many children were killed. And everybody was running in panic. And I was in the midst of it. And of course I ran, but I was very small and very thin. They pushed me over, I fell, and they walked over me. I was hurt. My dress was in pieces, and it was terrible. After some while, I don't know how long, but I was able to rise again, and I ran in the direction as fast as I could of the central station. And that was just in the line of the shooting. Stupid, but you don't think then. You want to go from the Dam Square away. And there was a young woman with a baby in a pram, and she was just in front of me, running ahead of me. And I passed her, because I wanted to go faster. And at the moment I was at her side, she was shot with a lot of blood on me. And I still feel a coward that I didn't go for help or something. I was 15, I know. But I ran, and I still feel I should have tried to help, and at least to take care of the baby. And it was the second time I was shot at. I had to go home then, and that was about 17 kilometers. I had no shoes, of course, but it was nice weather. And I passed the house where one of my schoolmates lived, and I asked for help, and his mother was very sweet. She cleaned me a bit, and she made me a cup of hot tea from the weeds out the garden. There was no tea, of course. And then she fixed me a bit with safety pins, and so I got home decently. After 4 hours I came home, and of course dinner was finished. So my father, he was strict. He said, "Where have you been? How do you look like you look?" Well, I told him I came from Damsker and happened shooting, and he said, "And a liar also, up to your room for 3 days." So I went upstairs, and for 3 days I wasn't allowed to come out of my room, just to go to the bathroom, that was all. And I got my plates with food, that's it.